everyone, I'm Michelle Kelly. Welcome to This Is Your Sign. This is your August 2021 spirited messages for all the fire signs. So Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Happy birthday to Leo. We're coming out of the Leo birthday season. I was able to shuffle your cards before we got started. So what came around is round and round, coming to the edge, and happy. So this round and round to me feels like for all of the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, that you guys might feel like you are like chasing your tail and you're going in circles and like you keep feeling like you're ending up in the same place. And so what this card is telling me is you are not in the same place. It might feel like that, and you might be circling back and relearning certain lessons that you weren't able to learn, but it's not taking you nearly as long to get the lesson. So it's not like, Jesus, why am I here again? It feels like this keeps happening to me over and over again. And some things keep showing up to show you what needs to be healed and what you need to work on. But I guarantee you, you are not staying in situations that aren't good for you for nearly as long as you used to. So I want you to be kind and gentle with yourself. So put the bat away and pick up the feather. You guys are doing the best you can with the tools that you had. You're getting new tools. So as you get your tools, you don't stay in for as long. Nothing bad will ever happen. And I'm not saying about bad, but lessons that you did not learn before, they will keep showing up over and over until you are able to address them, as you're able to heal them and move on from them. But they do keep resurfacing until you're ready to deal with them. And it's not a punishment. The divine is not punishing you for things that you've done or not done. I promise you, it's not a payback. It is not your karma. It is just you are leveling up, and you're not going to be in bad situations or bad circumstances for nearly as long as you used to. So you guys are seeing the red flags and you're addressing them a lot sooner. And the next one is come to the edge, and it's upside down. So coming to the edge is all about like taking a big leap of faith. And when it's upside down, it's like not yet. You're not ready to jump off the cliff yet, and with no what do they put underneath when they have acrobats, and no netting? Like, you're not ready for that yet, and that's okay. Just because you're not ready for that yet, you can pause, you can pray, and then proceed. You don't have to react right this second. So when the time is right, you will know it, you will feel it, and you will do it. And the next one is happy. Yes, you are going to get your happily ever after. It's not meant for everybody else and not you. You guys, you are here on this earth to be happy and not to suffer. And, you know, we were taught everything backwards, that we're supposed to suffer and then you can be happy. And we're finding out that's not true. You will get sick and have to address your health and your situations first in order to realize they weren't right for you. So you're going to live happily ever after, and your happiness is awaiting for you. It's there for you today and always. And I know it's so hard to believe it when you're not in it yet, you know, or you can't see it, but you are, the divine wants everyone to be happy. not for you not to be. And finding out what your happiness is, actually, it takes a lot of time. A lot of times you don't know what you like, what gives you pleasure, until you find out what you don't like and what is not for you first. So we're being taught through the process of elimination, and it's backwards. You don't know that you hate working with kids until you work with kids. You know, you don't know that you hate working at night until you work at night. You don't know that you hate working on weekends until you work on weekends and you start missing events. Like, so you're right where you're supposed to be. You're not doing it wrong. You can't miss it, and you're not going to. So the next one is manifesting dreams. And it's like a cornucopia. My dreams are coming true. So you guys, you have been manifesting your dreams. You are working on it. You've been working on it. I know it doesn't feel like you haven't seen the payoff yet, but you're starting to see it. And what happens with getting your dreams? Like, it's like every day the divine gives you a breadcrumb just to keep you going, just give you a little more hope of, yes, this is happening. It's on the way for me. A couple things you can do if you don't believe you're manifesting your dreams or they're not coming true yet. You can make a vision board. I don't know if you guys have ever made a vision board. Actually, I have one right here. I'm going to get up and show you mine just so you have an idea what I'm talking about. So, so you just get a cardboard and you get magazines. And mine, I don't know how much you guys can see it. I don't know because I'm holding it in front of my face. But like, these were all my favorite things that spoke to me. And then I put it on a board, and actually things are coming into fruition that I put on this board. I put that I would be speaking all over the world, and I am. On my YouTube channel, through Zoom, I'm making an impact. It says 2020 visionaries, be a part of the solution. And I want to be a part of the solution, and I know you guys are part of that solution. So the next card is saying, trust your intuition. My life is truly guided. So you guys, I know that you know deep down that the divine, that God, spirit, your angels, your ancestors, your family members that have passed away are guiding you forward, and they truly, truly want the best for you. So another thing I want to tell you, when I was talking to you about the vision board, there's another thing you can do that I've done, and it's, I made a God box, and on this side it says pray, on this side it says let go, and I blinged it up. And every time I'm worried about something, or there's something that I want to happen, or something I'm not sure about, I write a letter, dear God, please bless, please allow me. Thank you, love, Michelle. And I put it in this box. Now, I want to tell you guys, if you don't believe in God, if you don't feel like you have a spiritual connection, you can create a, I think this is bullshit, but I'm going to do it anyway box. Writing down what you want, there's such a power in that. And I actually put the date on it, and on my vision board I forgot to put the date, and one of my girlfriends said something so smart. She's like, Michelle, go back and see if you took a picture of it, because that'll have the date. And I did, and I took a picture of it and I found the date. But time stamping when you want things to happen, or when you wrote them down, just so you have an idea of when you started your manifestation process. So it doesn't have to be a God box. It could be an angel box. It could be a worry box. It's, I think this is bullshit box. Whatever you need to help you feel like you're really, really manifesting. You guys are definitely manifestors. And if you put it out there, if you believe it, even if you don't believe it and you say it and you talk about it, you bring it into fruition. So it's like you guys can trust yourselves. I'm sorry for whoever made you second guess yourself or make you believe that you couldn't trust your intuition, that gut feeling of knowing, but going along with what other people think you should do just because you're looking for their approval and validation. A lot of times when we're looking for approval and validation, no matter how much you get, it'll never ever be enough, because ultimately what you guys have to learn how to do is validate yourself or seek validation from people who actually can give it to you, not going to the people who will never be able to. So finding yourself safe people that give you permission, not like, oh, why are you going to do that? That's never going to happen for you. Oh, must be nice. These are not people to go get approval and validation from. You will not get it from them, and not because there's something wrong with you. They don't have it to give. So it doesn't mean you're not meant to do it. You're not meant to have it. You're not meant to make it happen. It just means these are people who are not going to be able to support you during this process. But the divine is letting you know you can trust yourself. And the next one says letting go. And it's two fish going with the flow. And it says, I surrender joyless, I can't say it. But you are surrendering to the ebb and flow of life. And when it says you are surrendering joyously, I can't say it, guys, but you don't just surrender and let go. You're like, I can't do this anymore. Take it from me. So most people have to surrender one finger at a time coming off the grip. And then the next hand, finger by finger, and then you're like, fine, I let it go. Usually you don't let it go until you have exhausted every other option. So this is saying you guys are you have almost exhausted every other option but to let it go. But this is normal. This is totally normal to hang on to it, to beat a dead horse just to make sure it's really dead. You guys, it's okay that you had to do that. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It means there's actually something right with you, and this is completely normal. So your next card is growth, and it says, I want to expand my consciousness and awareness. So you guys, you are expanding your consciousness and your awareness, and this card is yellow, and a lot of times yellow means you excel at more than two things, not just one thing, but two things. So this is letting me know that you guys are so creative, and that it's now time to live, and you're stepping out into your power. You're meant to teach. The self-doubt is starting to go away because you're really starting to find your soul tribe. And I'm going to tell you, my girlfriend told me this. If you are walking on eggshells, you are not with your soul tribe. So if you have to tiptoe around people, what does this mean? If you feel like, yeah, I can't really say that, or they don't really want to hear my answer, they're not your soul tribe. You should not have to tone it down, hone it back, not be yourself in order to be near people. That is just the divine letting you know that these people are not the people who are going to be able to help you move forward. That is all. Not that there's something wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you. The other people aren't able to accept that your light, let alone their own light right now. And that's where that You're never going to make that. Oh, so-and-so did that. That didn't work out for her. You're never going to make money being a musician. These are people trying to push what they believe is true onto you, and not intentional. It is just because they weren't able to follow what they needed to do. So the next one is doubt, and it says, I release the need to know all the answers. So you guys, a lot of times perfectionism stops people before you even get started. I'm not good at it. I haven't been doing it that long. There's other people who are doing this who are better than me. This is fear, and it's not true. So you don't have to know the ending of the story in order to start. Nobody starts off perfect. Nobody starts off 100%. But guess what? The key is just to get started. Just start putting yourself out there. So I was saying, you guys are leaders, you're teachers. You have more than one skill. You have multiple skills. And, you know, maybe you focused on one up until now and you thought you couldn't focus on anything else. But maybe this is the time to start introducing your side hustle. Start your side hustle. Doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to jump in with both feet. You're allowed to dip your toe in the water to see if it's cold. You're allowed to gradually walk in. You don't have to dive head first and then find out like, holy shit, I'm in the shallow end. So dip your toe in the water. And also green is about growth, new beginnings, health, renewal, harmony, healing, love and peace, new chapters, and planting seeds. So you guys are planting your seeds, and I think you've been planting your seeds for a lot longer than you ever realized. A lot of times it takes somebody else's eyes to see us and hear our story, to point out all of the positive things you have done instead of looking at all the things you haven't done yet. So freedom is your last card, and it says, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So you guys, the only person who can set you free is you. And when you step into your freedom, and you are doing that, you're stepping into it. But like I was saying, you're dipping your toe into the water. And then you need to dip your toe in the water and talk to people who are maybe like maybe they're in up to their knees, not they're up to their head. Go talk to the people that are in the water up to their knees. So not somebody who's like done everything, but just people who are a little bit further down the road than you are. They don't have to be across the bridge or someplace else, but you know, every day that you get started, when you get started, every day adds up. So I'm going to share with you guys, I want to tell you that, you know, when you start a new job, and you're the new person and you're nervous, and it's like going to school on your first day again. You can't sleep, you're excited, you're nervous, you get there. I can't believe I'm so lucky to work here. I can't believe they hired me. You know, 3 months in, you're like, God, my God, I hate this place. I'm sorry I was asking, you know, to work here, whatever. But when you first start and you're the newbie, when somebody starts a day after you, 2 days after you, 3 days after you, a week after you, you have experience. It might not be 10 years experience, but you have more experience than the person who has started after you. And a lot of times you want to hear from the person who's closer to where you are, not further away. You don't need to talk to the person who's done it for 25 years, because chances are their mind is kind of warped by now. They're probably tired of doing what they're doing, and they're skipping all the little things that you forgot in the beginning, which is you remember what it's like to be a beginner. You remember what it's like to be new. And honestly, I want to be around the person who remembers what it's like to be new, not the person who forgot. I need to be near the person who's so excited, who can see everything, who's done the research and their homework, not thinking I should already know this stuff by now, because I don't. So the next one, your last card, it's your spirited message, and it is a peacock. And it says vibrancy. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility and avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life, and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. You guys, so if you're wondering what your spirit animal is, fire signs, it might be a peacock. At least for the month of August, it is a peacock. So it says, and I'm reading it again because you guys need to hear this. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life, and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. So part of this, fire signs, part of this is saying practice humility and avoid jealousy. So a lot of times when you're working out a jealousy, or you're thinking this person has more than me, or whatever, a lot of times what that is you're still working out of your head and not your heart yet. And so you needed your head to protect you, but you are safe to operate out of your heart. And once you do that, you want that for others. You're not in competition with anybody else. You do you, bro. You just focus on doing you and doing what's right for you. And honestly, people want to be near that. People want to be near somebody who is authentic, who is speaking their truth. And that is all of you fire signs. So this is your sign. Signing off. If you're still watching, please subscribe and give my video a thumbs up. And thank you so much.